Hello everybody, I'm Barry Jackson, physical therapist at Guadalupe Regional Medical Center, but also for the past 2 years I've been a Tai Chi instructor here at the Guadalupe Regional Wellness Center. Welcome to the class. Those of you that participate in my classes Monday and Wednesday at 11:30 or at the free offering at the Seguin Public Library on the third Saturdays of the month, we want to give you an opportunity to continue to practice your Tai Chi with a little bit of supervision or guidance of mine, just to keep you in line with the form. What I'd like to do today is run through the entire warm-up process, then we'll do the fundamental form, and then we'll do the form that I teach. Those of you that may be new and watching this for the first time, second time, please join along. I'll try to talk through everything that we do. Anybody who may be familiar with Tai Chi, I've been taught, and what I teach is a modification of the Yang style, Y-A-N-G. If you go onto the internet, YouTube, wherever, and find videos of different Tai Chi forms, different ways of practicing, what you'll see is the fundamentals are the building blocks of many of the forms. The form I teach was designed by a physical therapist and a Tai Chi master, so it works primarily on balance and stability. We're not doing the deep leg sweeps or the large reaching of the arms. Everything pretty much stays compact in this area, so we work on the deep hip musculature, just to help, like I said, with balance and stability. Feel free to follow along towards the end, or at the end what I'll do is I'll give an email address if you have questions. Those of you that are in my class and may have lost your homework helper or the printout of the steps of the form, I'll give you an opportunity to email me and I can send a photo of the paperwork that I hand out in the class. Those of you that participate 3 or 4 times, you know that I give you one sheet and I want you to show some consistency. I'll show you another of the fundamentals and then I build into the form. Those of you that might be trying this for the first or second time, please know that my students, the regulars that have been coming for almost 2 years, it took them close to 6 months just to learn the building blocks of the fundamentals form, and then it took another 5 or 6 months after that to learn the form. So what I'm going to show you or guide you through is something that takes many people up to a year to learn to a level that you feel comfortable doing that. So with that being said, we're going to start in a position that's called horse stance. Feet are shoulder width apart, toes are pointed straight ahead. The knees are soft. The tailbone is heavy. I'm going to turn to the side so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. The feet are shoulder width apart, toes pointed straight ahead. The knees are soft, so we're not standing with our knees locked. We're just slightly flexing the knees or keeping the knees soft. The knees aren't going out past the toes, but the knees are soft, so you get like shock absorbers. The tailbone being heavy. Most of us, when we stand, we have a tendency to stick our backside out too much. So what we'll do is we'll take the tailbone and we'll turn the hips. We'll make the tailbone heavy so that the tailbone points at a line that you're drawing between your big toes. So that's the position of the legs. Knees soft, tailbone heavy. While you're in that position, the hands are awake, so it's a nice straight line from the elbow all the way out to the fingertips. They're not aggressively open, they're not relaxed so much that they curl, but the hands are awake. They're out to the side of the thighs, out in front of the thighs, facing backwards. And then the last position is to imagine that you have a chain or a rope or something screwed right into the top of your head, and while you're in this position, that rope is elongating the spine, pulling you up towards the ceiling. This is called horse stance. While you're in this position, you practice diaphragmatic breathing. In through the nose, hold it nice and deep for a couple seconds, and then slowly exhale. To know that you're doing diaphragmatic breathing, as you breathe in and out, all the movement comes from the stomach. So breathing in and out. If you look around, watch people standing in line and they breathe. Oftentimes you'll see people when they breathe in, the shoulders will come up, and then when you breathe out, the shoulders will drop. We're trying to relax the cervical, the shoulder muscles, so we're doing diaphragmatic breathing. So all the relaxation breathing while we go through the Tai Chi, which is a moving meditation, you try to focus on as much diaphragmatic breathing as possible. It's more efficient while relaxing body parts. So starting in horse stance, a couple deep breaths. Now at the pace with your breathing, as you breathe in, huge sweeping arm circles, relaxing the shoulders. Breathing in all the way up, keeping my elbows bent so I don't have to raise the shoulders, hands almost touch over the head, hold the breath for a couple seconds. And then slowly exhale through the nose as you're pushing the palms slowly down towards the floor at your breathing rate. The slower the better. Do a couple of those. This time as you exhale, continue to let the hands drop. You're going to take the elbows and tuck them into your sides so the elbows stay bent about 90 degrees. The palms face each other. The elbows stay at your side. As you breathe in, you rotate the shoulders outward. Then as you exhale, the palms approach each other. They don't touch, they just get really close. A couple breaths at your breathing rate. Make sure the knees are still soft, the tailbone is still heavy. Equal weight through both feet. And as you breathe out, slowly extend the elbows, palms face up. This time as you breathe in, the palms will rise just above the belly button. And slowly exhale. Exhale back to horse stance. After the next deep breath, we're going to take all the segments of the spine, starting at the base of the skull, and roll them down on top of each other. We're not simply flexing the hips, but we're rolling the spine downward as you exhale. Slowly reaching towards the floor, fingertips and forearms go past the front of the kneecaps, just bending over as far as you can comfortably. If you have problems with your hips or a low back and can't go into this position, just stay in horse stance while we do this. Breathe in on the way back up. On this last one, look how far apart your feet are. Breathe in on the way up. When you get back to horse stance, take your feet and put them at least twice as far apart as they were. Toes are still pointed straight ahead, knees are still soft, tailbone is still heavy. A couple sweeping circles with your breath again. This time when you get to the top, arms stay up on the deep breath. And as you exhale, everybody side bend to your left. Only go over as far as you can comfortably, breathing all the way out. Inhale on the way back up the center. And then exhale to the right. Knees stay soft, tailbone heavy. All this motion is coming from the lower spine. Very little motion of the spine while we do the forms. This just gives an opportunity for some deeper muscles to relax. Keep the shoulders soft. One more to each side. As you breathe in, come back to center. Arms come out to the front, holding the moon position. Fingertips out in front of the chest, eyes straight ahead. As you breathe in, the arms go backwards, trying to touch the elbows together behind your back. And as you exhale, slowly bring the arms all the way around in front of yourself, embracing yourself. Place your hands on your shoulders, let those shoulders come forward. Breathe in again. still soft, tailbone heavy, equal weight through both feet. Back to holding the moon. With a nice deep breath in, as you exhale, using the lower spine again, everybody's going to rotate to their left. The fingertips will stay in front of the center of the chest. The nose will continue to point at the fingertips. The legs and hips don't move. So as you exhale, turn to the left. Breathe in, back to center. And to the right. Drop the arms as you come back to center. As you breathe in deep, you're going to touch the back of the hands together in front of the caboose. Let the shoulders go backwards. And as you exhale, roll the hands, back of the hands now come towards each other in the front of the body. Deep breath in. And out. One more of those with each direction. On the last one, when the hands are close together, I like to take the chin and just kind of tuck the chin to stretch the neck just a little bit since we're keeping it so rigid, so tight. Head comes back up before you breathe in. Arms back down to the relaxed position. You're going to take your feet, almost get them as close together as horse stance. But we're going to keep the toes turned to the outside to give us a little bit of stability in this position. And from here, we're going to keep the shoulders above the hips. Try to keep the head or eyes pointed straight forward. And you're going to squat down like you're sitting on a very low stool. Go down as far as you can comfortably. Again, if you have back or hip problems, stay upright in horse stance and just breathe. If you can get down into this position, you still want to try to do the diaphragmatic breathing while you're here. Then each time you exhale, try to sit just a little bit lower if the knees, hips, or back will allow it. Doesn't matter where the hands go. Try to look forward if you can to help the spine stay straight. And then back up to horse stance. So those are our warm-up exercises. What we'll review now are the fundamentals, or the building blocks. All of these are done repetitive movements. They call it the fundamental form. I will talk through these for this video. Typically in class, I'll run through these without talking through them. Unless I have a new participant that wants to come in and learn, I'll invite them up to stand near me in the front left of the room and talk them through it if they want. Otherwise, individuals are welcome to come in and be in the back of the room and follow along as they can. Back into horse stance. First motion is heavy arms. You imagine you have some strings or some chains tied to your wrists. You're going to let the wrist rise up to almost as high as the shoulders. The elbows stay heavy or slightly bent. The chains or strings are going to break, and the arms just drop and swing to a stop. Breathing in on the way up. And then breathing out. This is to make sure the shoulders and neck are still relaxed. Your head is up, your eyes are forward. From there we progress to riding horse. Bending the knees, keeping the shoulders above the hips. So squatting down a little bit, keep the feet flat, and then back up. With riding horse, we add crane arms. So on the way up, the wrists now lead the way out to the side. The fingers trail the hands like you're dragging your arms through water. Riding horse with crane arms. Leave the legs in a nearly extended position. Arms come down, tuck the elbows to your side. Palms face downward. We're going to do bear roots, keeping the body straight upright. Shoulders stay above the hips. I'm going to shift all my body weight into my left leg. Shift it all into the right leg. As I shift to the right, I'm pressing all of my weight down into that right leg without extending the knees. So I'm using those deep hip muscles that we're trying to wake up. Stable to the left. Bear roots on the left. Bear roots to the right. This can progress to bear roots on one leg. Shifting all my body weight to the left. Taking my legs were vases holding water. I'd be pouring the water from the right into the left. And then at the right hip, I can lift that foot up off the floor, keeping the foot underneath the knee, keeping the body upright. Bear roots on one leg. I'll do one more to each side. From there we progress to stable and open. The arms move into a holding the moon position. We go stable to the left. We open to the right. Arms open to gather the stars. My nose and right toes are pointed in the same direction. Everything's moving as one piece, and then I come back to center. Gathering the stars. Stable on the right. Open to the left. %of the weight stays on the stable side. The opening side, the heel stays on the ground just to help with balance and stability. It gives feedback to the body, so it lets you know you're not just standing on one leg, spinning around in space. No leaning backwards, no leaning to the side. Just like bear roots on one leg, when I'm stable on the left as I am now, I'm pressing all of my weight into that left leg to make it as easy as possible to open to the right. I'll finish with one more to the left side. And back to center. Going to go stable to the left, open to the right. This time I'm going to transfer all my body weight into that right foot. And I'm going to step forward with the left foot, so that when I square my shoulders and pelvis to the front, I still have that shoulder width apart between my heels. I'm going to keep my shoulders above my hips, use my legs to move the body backwards, and then move the body forward while adding crane arms. I'm just rocking forward and backward. I'm not bending at the waist. Everything stays upright. The legs are doing all the movement. Back to horse stance. Stable on the right. Open to the left. All the way into that left foot. Step forward with the right. Square the pelvis and shoulders. Shoulders stay above the hips. Rocking forward and backward. Adding crane arms as I go forward. They go up. And back to horse stance. First of the three folds is just internal rotation of the hip muscle of the hips with the feet on the ground. So I fold to the left, My nose, chest, belly button, everything points in the same direction. All the motion's coming from here, then I fold to the right. All the motion's coming from this hip. Everything is staying in line. If I can relax my arms enough and get enough of a rapid movement while I fold, then the arms will actually swing out and swing to a stop. The second of the fold is to bring the arms up into a holding the moon position where the nose, middle of the chest, fingertips remain in line with each other. Holding to the right. Notice that as I fold, my knees continue to remain pointed forward. And in the last of the fold, the arms drop. As I fold to the left, the right arm rises out to the front, the left arm rises out to the side. Leading with the wrists, elbows stay heavy, don't have to go higher than the shoulders. If the arms are straight, then you're putting too much stress and tension in the shoulder and cervical muscles, the neck muscles. Going to turn the left toe slightly outward. Going to make crane heads with my hands. I'm going to bring the right foot out in front of the right hip. Raise that knee slightly. Leave the toes on the floor if you have to. Just the foot comes out in front of the right hip. This crane takes flight. Place the foot down. Shift all the weight to the right side. Bring the left foot out in front of the left hip. Make sure when you're picking up the knee, it stays out in front of the hip on the same side. Don't cross midline, don't lift it out to the side. Foot stays under the knee. For those that can, if you feel the muscles are strong enough, crane takes flight can also be done with the foot raising off the floor. If you try that and you lose your stability, or your body leans too far backwards or too far to the side, you're not ready to lift the foot yet, and the best way to strengthen it is just leave the toes on the floor. Otherwise, you can try to lift. I'll do one more to each side. From there we progress to dancing crane. Both toes are still turned out. Arms come up in a holding the moon position. The right foot comes out in front of the right hip. Then you take that right foot back out to where the hip muscles start to feel tight. You raise that knee just a little bit, keeping the body upright, no leaning backwards. Dancing crane. Just like the previous movement, if you feel you can, you get out into the right position. If you want to try to lift the leg, it just goes out, the knee stays slightly extended, the foot is out in front of the knee now instead of under it. You're not lifting the knee higher than the hip. If you try to do that, you lose your balance or stability, you start rocking backwards or leaning backwards too much. Your hip muscles aren't ready for that movement yet. So leave the foot down. I'll do one more to each side. Press the foot down, left toes pointed straight ahead, stable to the left, opening to the right, all the weight into that right foot. Reach out with that left foot. When the heel hits, square the pelvis and shoulders to the front. Now in this position, instead of rocking the body, we're going to fold. So I fold to the right, palms approach each other in front of the right thigh. As I unfold, it looks like I'm tossing a ball with my right hand. The hand does not have to come higher than the shoulders. The palm on that right hand faces forward the whole time. Very little movement with the legs. All this is coming from the hip. Back to horse stance. Stable on the right. Open to the left. All the weight into that left foot, reaching out with the right. Again, keeping that shoulder width apart as you square the body and pelvis. This time we fold to the left. And as we unfold, toss the ball with the left hand. Finishing in horse stance. For those of you that haven't tried this before, that's the fundamental form. That's what I was saying took 5 to 6 months to learn. For those that have a hard time standing, I can teach all of those movements in a sitting position in a chair, so I can take away almost any excuse you have to not participate. Even if you learn some things on your own and decide you want to do it on your own, please come in and let me help you some to work that balance and stability. Now I'm going to progress to the form. The form is a modification of the Yang style. It's for balance and stability, designed by a physical therapist and a Tai Chi master. The starting position and ending position, or my feet are in that position. I'm going to handle this or treat this the same way I do in my class. For those in the class that are wanting to follow along, I will complete this form 3 times. The first time, I do not talk through it. I just go through the movements. The second time, I will talk through and try to give out all the pointers, all the highlights of it, just to help. Some of the things I've seen in the class we need to work on, just some pointers just to try to help out. And then the third time that I do that, I'll say nothing again. You'll know that I'm finished with the form when I complete it with a bow. So I'll run through all of that 3 times. The form itself might take about 5 or 6 minutes to go through, sometimes 4, depending upon the pace or the speed, or I can slow it down and take up to 8 minutes to do it if I'm really trying to get a decent activity. Again, a lot of these activities look very difficult, but I can teach a lot of these components in a sitting position. Those of you that have to use a walker or a cane, I can share that with you also, so don't hesitate to try this out. Talk to some of my students also, and I'll let you know how relatively easy it is. Those that came in and were somewhat timid or scared are now some of the best ones in the class. So I'm going to start now, and I'll talk through the second one. all the weight into the right leg. Lift the left at the hip. Place the left foot down, toes pointed straight ahead, stable on the left. Open to the right, the hands awaken. Lift the right leg at the hip. Turn on that left leg, place the right foot down. You're now in horse stance. Leading with the wrists. Come as high as the shoulders. Slowly bring the wrist back towards the front of the shoulders. Slowly press the palms to the floor. When your arms are nearly straight, stable to the left. Open to the right. Energy ball in front of the body. Right hand is on top, left hand is on the bottom. Shift all the body weight to that right foot. Reach out with that left. When the left heel hits, ward off left. Squaring the pelvis and shoulders. Left hand is in front of the chest. Palm is facing you. The right hand is down by the right thigh. Palm is facing backwards. Shoulders stay above the hips. Rock backwards. Place the right palm in the left palm. Press that together as you rock forward. That's the press. Rock backwards. Palms separate in front of the shoulders. Rock forward again. That's the push. Rock backwards. Left toes turn to the left. Nose follows. Shifting the body weight into that left foot, left leg. Energy ball in front. Left hand is on top. Right hand is on the bottom. Stepping through with that right. Ward off right. Right palm is facing the chest. Left palm is back by the left thigh, facing backwards. Rock backwards. Bring the left palm up to the right palm. Press that together. Rock forward. That's the press. Rock backwards. Separate the hands. Hands in front of the shoulders. Rock forward again. That's the push. All the body weight goes into that right foot. Bring the left foot up equal with the right. Going to start repulse the monkey. Going to fold to the right, extending the left arm, dropping the right arm down to the side. Turn the left palm up. Bring the right palm up in front of the right shoulder. Fold to the left, extending the right arm, dropping the left arm to the side. Bring the left palm up. Turn the right palm up. Folding to the right, extending the left arm. All the weight into that right foot. Reach back with that right foot. When the toes hit, the hands change position again. Shift the body weight backwards as you extend the right arm. Reach back with that right foot. Arms change position again. And you bring the left foot back equal with the right foot. Folding to the left at the beginning of cloud hands position. Left hand is on top, right hand is on the bottom. The hands will remain in the center line of the body. The top hand always drops down the outside. So as I fold to the right, there's one. Folding to the left is 2. Folding to the right is number 3. I'm counting these because we make a change on number 4. Folding to the left, number 4. All the body weight goes into the left foot. I'm going to raise the right foot at the hip, side step to the right. Fold to the right. All the weight into the right foot. Bring the left foot up, place it shoulder width apart. Toes straight ahead and fold to the left. So I fold to the left, I make a crane head with my right hand pointed at the left palm. Shift all the body weight into my left foot. Partial diagonal forward step with that right foot in front of the left foot. Single whip, bringing the right wrist up as high as the shoulders out to the side. All the way to my right foot. Reaching out with the left towards the side wall. And I do a ward off left. In that position, turn the left palm downward. Gently extend that elbow, arms stay there, rock backwards. Turn the left toes to the outside. Shift the body weight to the left foot as the arms drop. Right knee follows right elbow. Reaching back with that right foot. When the toes touch, shift the body weight back to that right foot. Left knee follows left elbow. Reach back with the left foot, cross the arms in front of the body. Right foot is in front, the right arm is in front. Shift all the body weight back to that left side. When all the weight is there, diagonal lift of that right leg. The arms separate, palms draw a line through the head. Turn your nose down towards the right palm. Arms cross, left arm is in front. Reach back with that right foot. When the foot hits, transfer the body weight back to that right side. When it's there, diagonal lift of the left leg. Arms separate again. Back palm is high, front palm is low. Nose is pointed at the left palm now. Staying on the right leg, turning the body back towards the side wall, stepping into that 70-30 of the Tai Chi. Brush the knee with the left hand, extending the right arm. It's called brush knee left. Fold to the right, palms approach each other in front of the right thigh. Bend the right elbow, brush knee left again. Arms stay there. Rock backwards, turn the left toes and nose to the left side. As you're transferring the body weight into that left leg, energy ball in front, left hand's on top, right hand's on the bottom, reaching out with that right foot, brush knee right, extending the left arm. Fold to the left. Palms approach each other from the left thigh, then the left elbow, brush knee right again. Arms stay there, rock backwards, turn the right toes and nose to the right side. As I'm transferring the body weight to that right foot, I'm slowly pulling my left thumb back towards my left chest. I'm making a fist with the right hand, reaching through with the left heel. When the heel hits, I'm bringing the left thumb back to my chest. I'm extending that right fist at waist height as I'm squaring to the side wall. Turn both palms open towards the ceiling. Place the left palm underneath the right elbow. Fold to the right, dragging that arm through the palm. Bring the hands up in front of the shoulder. Turn back to the side wall for a push. All the weight goes into that right foot while you're making a sweeping circle with your arms. The left foot goes behind the right foot. Toes are pointed straight ahead. Breathing in. Hands stop in front of the shoulders. As you exhale, drag the right fingertips down from the left elbow, across the back of the left forearm, across the fingertips. Stable to the left, open to the right. Bring the left heel to the right heel. Congratulations, you survived. For those of you that try this out, please keep me posted on how you do. My email address here at the hospital is bjackson@grmedcenter.com. I'm here on the inpatient rehab unit. I can answer questions as I need to, or send you pictures of the homework helper, or the fundamentals, or the form if you need information just on what those are, just to help with your memory to go along with the video if you'd like. If you decide to, when you're watching the video, and whether you watch it once or watch it several times, please reach out to the Wellness Center staff and thank them for going out of their way to post these videos to help us out so we can stay active while we're waiting for all this stuff to run through the community and get us back to doing what we want to do. It'll be good to have everybody back in here eventually. I won't admit that I miss everybody, so I'll deny it if you say that. But anyway, thanks for joining me, and email me if you have questions. Good luck. Remember, any Tai Chi is better than no Tai Chi. Have a great day.